Hello, welcome back. This is Jacob, and today we're gonna be continuing the narration and sort of character voice acting for the main story of Arknights. And we're gonna be continuing with episode 6. So far, we made it 1/3 through the story. It is very dense, lots of text, and yes, this is gonna be part 2 of 3 of the whole thing. So, oh boy. So without further ado, quick recap of part 1, I guess, at this point. We pick up, well, we don't really pick up. We sorta start off with a glimpse in things to come, apparently. Considering the very first scene we get in the beginning of episode 6 was a conversation between a certain Frost Nova and a certain doctor. Somewhere in some place they are talking to each other, and apparently Frost Nova agreed to, under certain conditions, become a member of Rhode Island. And then we switch scenes back to the whole shenanigans in Longcheng, and actually at the point where we left off on episode 5. After the LGD took over their headquarters again, they are now mobilizing and pushing back Reunion forces. All the while, Rhode Island forces are helping out with mopping up stragglers, and the the Doctor turns into the best cavalry. Cavalry, riding piggyback on Blaze's back into battle, I guess. That is a thing that is happening during that chapter. I love it. All the while, Mephisto and Faust are still on the run from pursuing forces. Mephisto still complaining that Frost Nova didn't appear to help, which we'll get to at some point during this episode. Why? And in the meantime, we get introduced to one more operator from Rhode Island in the form of Greythroat, which apparently has a lot of bad blood with some operators in Rhode Island, in the form that she is not infected, and she has a pretty direct way of talking about stuff, but she is not being discriminative of the infected. It's just the way she is, with a deep, dank past. Oh boy. More info on that, check out the channel, there's a video. Oh boy. Her past is a tough one, Jesus. Anyway, continuing on with the chapter, we get introduced to 2 more factions in this whole conflict, sorta 2 factions. One being the people in the red coats, and one being the people in the black raincoats. The redcoats are very simple to explain. They even introduce themselves or get introduced as censors, meaning they are official Yanese overseers. And as one of them, who looks suspicious, like she's an operator of Rhode Island, wink, or future operator from this point onward, so to say, kinda lets a lot of info for us readers slip, that if she or any of her other censor buddies have to actually officially do anything in this conflict, because they are only observing for now, well, they will have to kill everybody present, including themselves, apparently. Yup, that's how shit goes in Yan and in Longcheng, apparently. And then there's the other faction, the Black Raincoats. While not really fully revealing what they are doing currently, we do get a couple of little tidbits of information that they are doing stuff behind the scenes, potentially killing off infected and stuff, and there might be even danker shit. We'll get to that. All the while, Mephisto and Faust are still on the run and are being confronted by Greythroat at a certain point, which leads us to a stage which is just a scene showcasing us the past, when Faust and Mephisto were still little babies, still little kiddies. Faust being someone who grew up on the streets, and Mephisto being born into a rich family. But they were still friends even back then. And Mephisto went through some very abusive shit by his parents. Quite a lot of it. Which paints quite the picture why he is mentally as broken as he is these days. I mean, shoving a originium chunk down his throat to just damage his vocal cords enough so he cannot sing anymore, because that was what he was continuously pushed by his family to be doing as a child, which mentally strained him on top of being beaten, bloody beaten, by his dad. Yep, that can do it to people. Yep. So yeah, he swallowed a whole chunk of originium, and that triggered a healing art in him. And oh my god, that is a thing. Basically, he basically became someone who can be beaten bloody, and he just heals himself back up. Like, yay, good. After which they ran away, both together, and they met with Tallulah. Or rather, reunion at that point. They do in the story showcase another little tidbit about Tallulah there. We get technically two scenes in one. We get a black screen where the two young boys talk to Tallulah as she's recruiting them, or rather inviting them to join reunion back then. And then we get the scene later on when they are older, as fully fledged members of reunion. And the scenes are quite differently written, especially the way Tallulah talks in both of them, which is another tidbit that something ain't right here. And, well, we'll see about that in future content. But after which we get Faust's final stand, and well, the boy pretty much dies, sacrificing himself so his comrades can escape, including Mephisto, which puts a very big mental break on Mephisto. He is mentally broken at this point. Oh boy, that boy is gonna go through shit like he didn't already. And yeah, that is pretty much where we left off. Now we're gonna be continuing right after those scenes, and from stage 6-8 today up until the scene on 6-13. Funnily enough, as I was going through this yesterday, pre-reading shit, just to remind myself of what is happening here, most of these stages at first glance look very quick because they have like one single scene on them, like 6-9, 6-10. And then you get to 6-13, the scene alone. That scene alone is like probably gonna be 30 minutes of this video, the whole video. I'll tell you that. But yeah, how about we start on 6-8. Title: It Fell from the Sky. Oh boy. Right, the usual thing, boost the background sounds so the music is actually audible. And let's begin, shall we? This is the before story. 9 AM, overcast. 14 hours before the attack on the LGD headquarters. Bad guy, 300 meters above District 14 of Chernobog. Mission objective: join forces with Rhode Island to rescue the reconnaissance team. Assigned assets: Bad guy and its pilot, Rhode Island elite operator Blaze, and her team. 14 individuals. This is your stop. Amia and her people are nearby. Was it really okay to drop the team outside of the city? You're gonna go down there by yourself? Come on, it's a lot better for them to be out there clearing a path and pushing back Reunion's pursuit forces than to fight here. Okay, the terrain down there is pretty rough. This is as far as I can take you. It's fine. At least let me put down a rope for you. When have you ever seen me use a rope? You're just gonna go for it again, huh? Go for what? What are you talking about? Every time we have a mission together, you go off and do crazy stuff while I sit in the cockpit and on pins and needles and watch. I'm kind of used to it, but that doesn't change the fact that you're way too reckless out there. That just goes to show what a good report me and have. Report my ass. Last time you demolished the town, bombed out a reservoir, and collapsed a mine. Keep the chaos to the ground. Keep the chaos on the ground, please. Don't bring it onto my baby. Fine, fine, I get it. But bad guy, really. Maybe think a little harder next time you pick a name. Just jump already. I think the welcoming committee spotted us. This is where we say goodbye, Blaze. No problem. I'll wait for you by the entrance of the ruins. Be quick. Huh? The comms. Hello. I can hear you. You don't have to yell. Oh, hi, Rhode Islanders. I'm with the LGD. I've met up with your team by the ruins. Didn't the LGD withdraw already? What are you trying to pull? I'm not like that Shen lady. Trust me, I can help you. And how should we call you? Here's my code name. Call me Officer Swire. Isn't Swire your name? Blaze, can you take care of this? I'm not good with bureaucrats. Blaze? Don't look at me. Get back here, don't jump. Didn't you tell me to jump a second ago? You can handle this. I believe in you. Mwah. Mwah, my ass. Is she okay? Yes, it's nothing serious, just her body temperature's a little low. It's always low. I'm fine, I just... Frostleaf, slow down, your temperature's even lower than usual. Doctor, pass me a bandage. Here. I told you I'm fine. Meteorite. Meteorite could hit a lot harder. It's okay, I'm a Sarkas. I'm more worried about you. Jessica, what is the Yeti squad doing? They are approaching our position about 500 meters out. And the debris clearing? We need about 15 more minutes. The collapsing building has a pretty complicated superstructure and we can't risk blasting here. Meteorite, get ready to fight. We have to hold this line. Roger, do we have a stock of bolts? Yes, logistics can get them for you. Amiya, are you there? Did somebody leave their comms open? This is the Elite Operators channel. I can open it from my end. That voice... Oh no, they sent her. Who is it? Yes, who is it? And what's gotten her so excited? They call her Blaze. She can certainly level the whole area and leave everything pissing themselves. Damn right it's me, but that last part is a little off. Please be serious here. Where are you, Blaze? We need your support. I'm right above you. What? Just above 200 meters to go and I'll be there. I can't hit the machine, it's out of range. Flying machines, they have such equipment? Make sure they do not come down. Wipe out the Rhode Island squad before their reinforcements arrive. They cannot be allowed to join forces. Wait. Stand back. She jumped again. She jumped again. We can jump together sometimes, Amiya, if you want. I think I'll take a rain check. Where's your team? I left them outside the city. They'll be here in a minute. I can't hear anything over the wind. Turn off your comms. Everyone, move to support Blaze. Doctor, no matter what she says, just nod. It dropped something. A person? There's only one, but... Keep up your guard. I sense a heat. She's using some kind of temperature arts. Hello, reunion friends. I don't like fighting other infected, but I heard you hurt some of Rhode Island's co-workers. And you're still after my bodies, so I'm going to have to put a stop to that. Aren't you, Malfi? Hi! How you doing, Miss Frosty? I want to see what happens when my hot meets your cold. Alright, and moving on to the after story. Please. I'm fine. They have some moves. You're not freezing, are you? Thanks to you, we're okay. You're keeping the air warm enough to stop the chills. Don't mention it. Hey, Frosty, why aren't you using leaflet arts? So that's why. Frostnova's the name? Help me cover. Sister. Get out of here, Amiya. The call could be more reunion on the way. Do we have any injured? I can help. So, you're retreating? I'm going to politely suggest that you don't fight anymore, Snow Bunny. If you keep using your arts like that, you're going to die. You're just burning your life into power. Or you could always come to Rhode Island. We've got ways to extend your life. Don't look at me like that. I don't need your pity. Do I look like I pity you? You're strong. I respect you. Why are you running away? Doctor, run! Don't look at her! Reunion forces closing in on our position. You're not leaving. Sister, don't use that now. Not where you're standing. We can't let them escape. Who knows what Rhode Island might do to our people in Lungmen. The temperature difference. It's causing the structure to weaken. Freeze! It's working. The regenerating bird has changed the structure to the lower level. Levels. The plates are tilting. Sister, it's too dangerous. Hold on to me. Sister? Blaze, do you hear that? Is that the sound of the structure shattering? Oh. Peritorigenium, heat absorption, temperature difference. It's collapsing. Frostnova's arts can actually do that? No. The plate is warping. Reunion is capable of something like this. All I know is the whole district is sinking. Run! Get to a stable area. The ground here is caving in. Doctor? Doctor, the ground under you, it's splitting. Oh! Doctor, move! Move what? Doctor! Amiya, stay where you are. Doctor, grab onto that lamppost. Save the doctor. The ground is splitting too fast. I can't reach. Then I'll do it. No. What did... I'm okay. Doctor! The building can't support their own weight. The buildings can't support their own weight anymore. They're all collapsing. Meteorite, take her. Okay, I've got Amiya. Put me down. Amiya, go. I'll get the doctor. I'm an elite operator. I can do it. Looks like we're not quite done. Doctor, I'm going to use airflow and pressure to slow your fall and push away the building beside you. Don't worry, it won't crush you. Just don't panic. I've got you. See you soon. Well, see you. Sup, where's Frostnova? Your commander fell down there too, huh? Yes. Could we not fight? Rabbit of Rhode Island, could we forge a temporary armistice? Honestly, we never much wanted to fight you. But Mephisto told her sister you'd killed Alex, and she was very concerned about what you would do next. Who's Alex? Skull Shatterer.
I'm sorry, I did kill Skull Shatterer.
Oh.
Infected really should not fight one another. I'm sorry.
What's to apologize for? It was a battle, wasn't it?
It was.
So let's have a ceasefire. Nesty, what do you say? Huh? Worse in profanity? Nesty says he's fine with it.
I don't think that's what he said.
As long as we're not in battle, there's no reason to kill anyone, right?
Why is it you want a ceasefire?
Did you ever notice both our sides are led by rabbits?
Huh? I think something in my brain just broke. These are the Yetis of the ice field. What do you mean? Shouldn't they be cold, merciless killers? This isn't right.
That's prejudice. Listen here, Bunny. Who wins the battle or where you go, none of that matters to us. All we care about is our sister's life. And you're worried about your friend too, right?
Right. We didn't come here to hurt anyone.
You're definitely not here to hurt Reunion for sport, are you?
Of course not.
You know, it's funny. If it weren't for Patriot insisting on on unity in the Reunion movement, we'd have dealt with Mephisto and his people a long time ago. And that'd be kinda like hunting Reunion for sport, huh?
Huh.
Let's get digging, shall we? Alright, moving on to stage 6-9. Titled Different Perspectives. Only one scene on this stage. Move out. But we are really not familiar with the layout here. I'm worried. What if the infected resist our operations?
Relax, I know the area. Just follow my orders.
Yes, sir. Sir, bad news. Intelligence reports Reunion is moving with some degree of organization again. It seems they found another commander. And they re-encrypted their communication channels. We can't intercept them anymore.
Could they have joined up with the units in the slums? Impossible. Rhode Island should have already dealt with the situation there. There is no risk of us getting boxed in. Strange. Shen, I'm ready to... A transmission. Little miss, would you mind giving me the room? How do you work it out so you're busy every time I have something for you? Is that spy of yours back on the grid? I said give me the room and get me some finballs while you're out. I'm not a kid, you know. This is Shen.
This is Tancred.
We have another reunion element up from the lower levels of the slums. Infected called Yeti Squad. It seems they have the ability to collapse buildings and destroy infrastructure. Tread carefully. Understood. Only one. Lungman Special Forces are operating in the slums. We are at the moment incapable of stopping them. Exercise caution. Roger. Only one? Why did you drop out of contact? I had some things on my mind. It's clear to me now. I'm leaving Lungman to you. What? I don't understand. Me, now? I don't belong here. Only one. I'm going to take some of Lungman's infected. The LGD can't protect them. The city doesn't care about them. In other words, this city isn't at all what you think it is. 9. You're under orders. I haven't been with the LGD for over 3 years. And actually, it was me giving orders to you. 9. Those special forces you're talking about, I think I've seen them around. I thought too much of the city. Goodbye, Shen. Oh, right. Don't go snooping around the sewers. Was I too loud? You're pretty loud. I think the whole block heard you. And yet I'm still not as loud as you. Hey, Shen, get over here. Have a seat. Wow, Miss Swire squatting on a dirt street corner. You're not afraid to soil your clothes? Certainly not. What makes you think I'd worry about a thing like that? I was just about to give that stinky sewer rat another call. I may not come here often, but I'm pretty sure those special forces are up to no good. Have you met Lin from the slums? I have. He's a nice old man. Nicer than my grandpa, anyway. They call him the Rat King. The man behind the curtain are, the men behind the curtain aren't all like such, but he's really a good person. I never thought Yusha would turn out like this. She was such a shy and timid girl, the kind who would always hide behind you. I don't think she's changed. She just took on responsibility. Maybe the kind she couldn't handle. I wouldn't do. It wouldn't do any good to tell her that. We're between a rock and a hard place here. I can't say I understand what's going on between her and her father, but I know she's not so cold-blooded. So I'm gonna call her. That report I just got may be of use to us. What do you mean? A reunion group with special powers has entered the slums and they're able to command other reunion elements. And I'm the only one who knows. Well, now it's the two of us, I guess. What are you thinking? We steer the raincoats into them. Aside from the group left to help the LGD clean up the new type infected, there are also quite a few of those special forces with us in the slums. And the situation is we don't know their distribution. We have no way to guard against them, and we have no idea what they might do. But with Lean Yusha's help, we can guide them into that reunion team. Force them out. Show them to the whole LGD. The LGD, sure, but also Rhode Island. You trust them so much. They chase their objective harder than any group I've ever seen. They're even more dedicated than the LGD. And who else are we going to trust? You've got stones, I'll give you that. Ordinary Lungmanites don't know Lin. They don't know your grandfather, and they don't even really know Wei Yanwu, let alone any chambers of commerce or whatever behind the scenes. They just trust the LGD. None of those players would dare disband the LGD and leave us with the regular old police. Then you add in the outsiders, and there's no way they'll want to take over. They'll fire you, though. Whoop-de-doo. Then let's wrap this up. This one last job. Next time, their patrol route goes right into the slums. You can get Lin on board. As long as we look after this place, Lin will work with us. One more thing. What's that? Do you know where we have three? Did you know we have 3 guests? What is it? Listen up, Stinky Rat, I've got news for you. There's a reunion unit we can't hold. We need your team's help. Impossible? What are you trying to pull? Have I ever lied to you? You said we'd go to the same secondary school only for you to run off to Victoria. I'm sorry. Really, truly sorry. Forget it. I don't care. Yusha, your dad has done so much for Lungmen. We don't want to lose this place, and the people here can't lose us either. Liar, you're coming here. You'll come to the slums. Shen will. You really are a terrible liar. What business have I with her? For whatever reason, your dad wasn't able to resolve the conflict between the infected and the normal people, but Shen can. Shen and your father will rebuild the slums together. They are working to turn it into a place where all kinds of people can live, to the point that we won't even be able to call it the slums anymore. Think about it. Even though most Lungmanites don't live here, they've been coming here a lot of the past few years, haven't they? Soon we won't need any slums. What? We haven't been able to solve the infected crisis, but I know we can make this a better place. There'll be Lungmen's downtown district 22 to 29, no longer slums. This city was built on the many different kinds of people all coming together to make it what it is today. Lungmen can't afford to lose anyone. How boring. You become as boring as Shen. Yusha? Look, I'm not trying to make a soap opera here. Where is that reunion unit? Oh? I won't ask again. Amia, have you entered the slums? We have a bit of a situation here. Let me fill you in.
Alright, and on to stage 10, titled Bells of Liberation, which is also just one scene. Impressive.
The black raincoats are retreating. Run while you can.
Thanks.
Don't thank us. If you have the strength, you should fight alongside us.
You see him swing down from the 4th floor and graze my head like that? If I didn't freeze his weapon with Originium Frost Nova left in my backpack, I wouldn't be standing here. Very impressive. They're just like the swordsmen in the gas masks back in Ursus. Even stronger, really.
You almost died. What are you so excited about? The masked swordsmen you're talking about were the Ursus Royal Guard. We only met 5 of them at that time. Did you count how many raincoats there are? Does that mean we're even more awesome than before?
Oh. That was A, not B. Pardon.
This is not a time for jokes. Their raincoats and their equipment mean they must have a city, even the craftsmen of multiple cities supplying them. There's no way we can beat them back on our own. Don't even think about trying to kill them.
I just think I did pretty well.
The point is, the situation is way beyond what we can handle. We can't hold on for long.
Quiet. Reporting in.
Sister, these are false people. I recognize them.
Frostnova, we received your message and...
Why is Mephisto with you? What happened to him?
Mephisto has taken some hits to his psyche.
Him? Traumatized? Wait, where is Faust?
Faust stayed behind to give us and others a chance to escape. We left him outside the slums.
It's hard to come back from that. Faust was a brave warrior.
Frostnova, if we could, we would like to fight alongside the Yetis.
You could. We must get our remaining people out safely. Find a sniping position and await orders. We will need your support in the coming battle. We don't know when the enemy may attack again.
Understood.
Pass our location to all teams. We will guarantee a safe route to their retreat from here. Keep evacuating. Understood.
Are they like the Ursus soldiers with a total disregard for collateral damage?
I don't think so. The Ursus were willing to use direct artillery fire on the upper city.
I knew they were brutal, but that brutal.
We saw it with our own eyes. The raincoat people are very different. They see civilians as targets, since they can't tell the difference between infected and uninfected. They don't know if maybe we're dressing up as civilians. The Ursus just didn't care, but these people don't let a single one slip through.
There are so many fleeing. It's damn near impossible to keep order. Frostnova is in a tight spot.
Sister won't let anyone die, reunion or no. We came to Longcheng to fight. How did we end up saving people? It's funny.
The fight is pretty much done. If you guys didn't show up, we'll all be dead.
Man, that's crazy. You really counting on us?
Can you not talk like that? I used to think you guys were so imposing, but now you just seem like a bunch of clowns. You got us all wrong. We just don't talk much. Shouldn't be imposing. Anyway, aren't we supposed to be holding this place with you?
You're totally right.
Bro, let's defend this place together.
What's going on?
We found some locals locked up in here. A mother and a daughter. We were going to use the place as a firing position, but we don't know how to communicate with them. They seem pretty scared of us.
Lungmanite speaking in local language. Continuing to speak in local language. She is your child, yes? Child crying. Such a healthy one. Don't be afraid. Don't cry. Your mama is right here. Mama is here. Still crying. And now cooing and happy. Oh, the child is smiling. Get her out of here. Luminite speaking local language, asking something. You escort her, see her to safety. They're uninfected. There are so many of our people who need evacuating. We don't have time. Oh? Right. Who cares whether it's the infected or uninfected now? Understood. Ma'am, come this way. I'm not gonna pronounce whatever this is. I'm just gonna butcher it if this is actual language. Frostnova, sister, wait for us to come back. Don't try to hold on your own. Have some faith in your big sister. Hurry, they're coming. They are deploying some units wearing other uniforms. They might be Lungman's LGD. Go! The temperature is as low as it will go. The uninformed ones are no match for us. The ununiformed ones are no match for us, but watch out for the raincoats. Where's Nesty? We need more firepower. We need suppressing fire. He says okay. I don't think the sister's body can take much more. She can't keep the temperature down. We can't break the pavement. No way. If we do that, how will our people and the locals get to the exit? We're sure this is the only way out. Yes, the others have all been destroyed. All that's left is that one we dug. How much time do we have? Or how much time does sister have? We must... Why must it come down to tormenting her so? They're almost done. I'll go get sister. Sister, we're just about to get this group evacuated. And the fighting... How goes? We've got the LGD completely suppressed, the terrain favors us, and they can't make use of their superior numbers. But you have nothing to hide. Lungman's Raincoat Brigade doesn't care about the terrain or the people. They're going to level everything. They're purging the slums. And those uninfected Lungmanites we saw? I'm afraid that was their doing. Sister, stop your arts. We can handle these ones ourselves. Just rest for a bit. Sister! The temperatures have cracked the lower limit. She's doing it. The superstructure is weakening. Smash their footing and push them back. Fire! They're falling back. Keep it up. Faster, more, faster. Right. That's our big sister. She really did it. Petra, what's wrong? Why did you look so gloomy? Sister? Young, come here. No. Come. I can't. You have to. Sister doesn't have much time left. Alright, and we are moving on to stage 6-11. Which does have a before and after story, so let's start with the before. What? Oh, right, a kid. I'm hungry. Where's Daddy? Where did he go? I want my daddy. Daddy! Daddy will come and get me. A child? Blaze 4, Amia 1, come in. I'm in the slums. 4th Street, building number 10. There's a child survivor, infected. Hello. Who are you? Are you a Lungmanite? I will not hurt you. I don't speak Ursin well. I'm not an enemy. What did you say? Come with me. It is dangerous here. I can't. Uncle said to stay here. But I will take you to find your dad. You can do that? I can do that. You, hiding behind me, come out. You're not with them. You're from Rhode Island? Child, stay back. Don't come closer. Drop your weapon and come out with your hands up. What? You're not here to save us. Don't you Rhode Islanders know what's hidden here? We were hard to set up the ambush. If we can't lure them in, if we can't take them out, they'll kill us all. You're using children as bait. You deserve to be killed. You think this will end when we're dead? Even if they kill us, they won't let the children go. They won't let anyone go. If that's all it took, we'd gladly die to save the kids. We didn't even attack you. Who's killing children? The people in the black raincoats. You've seen them, you understand. They're slaughtering everyone. That's no excuse. After I take you in, I will apply to have you protected. And we're supposed to trust you. That crossbow of yours is a killing tool. What are you protecting? For now, I'm protecting your lives. Save it. We'll deal with you, then reset our trap. We've already got the order to form up and retreat. If we die here, it would dishonor those comrades who died to save their children. Child, take cover. I'm still alive. You think you'd be better off dead? Operator Blaze. It's not like you dying would solve anything. Better keep on ticking. What about the reunion men and the children? Operator Greythroat, I got you all wrong, and I'm sorry. The children. I took care of the reunion guys. I hid the kids. Just listen to me already. No need, as long as the children are safe. Can you not be obnoxious for 5 minutes? What did you get wrong about me? I watched you stand up to fight for the infected kids. It was hella The fuck is that even? I just noticed. It was hella Lengnoi. Lengnoi? Someone at some point watching this video, please explain to me what is Lengnoi. Cool? I guess cool? Awesome? What language is this? Is this a language? Oh, she's talking Lungmen, right? Your Lungmen dialect sucks. Hey, that's off the top of my head, but really, I thought you were just some heartless, uninfected girl joining Rhode Island to spy on us, whatever. I got you all wrong. If I were a spy, this is how I'd get you to trust me, as long as you weren't stupid enough to let me bleed out. You bandaged me. I'm still an elite operator. It's my job. Anyway, you're right. But even if you were a spy, you still did the right thing, so I'll save this spy's life and pack her off to legal. I could just run. Let's not be stupid here. How are you gonna outrun me? Trust doesn't mean letting your guard down. Trust means knowing what you'll do and what you won't. If you do the right thing, I'll back you up. If you do the wrong thing, I'll correct it. Or stop it, if I have to. That's trust. Thanks, Greythroat. You trusted me, and you corrected my wrong thoughts with your right actions. And I'm sorry. But you really need to work on your people skills. They didn't want to be difficult. That was a show for survival. If you screw up, you still need to go to legal. Whatever. Seems they're getting along better. I think so. At least Blaze is trying. Leave it to her to drop her patches so quickly. Rhode Island's elite operators have more than just their incredible combat skills. Blaze is also gifted with a gregarious personality and saber fare. as well as her own opinions. If you want to lead her, if you want to her support, you'll have to gain her trust, and first you have to learn how. I fought alongside Blaze for a long time, and I think you can too, Doctor.
I think I'm doing okay.
But okay isn't good enough, is it? She puts up a carefree front, but Blaze has a complicated personality. Give it time. Keep your eyes open, and I know you can do it, Doctor. But you need to put in more work. Look where we are now. Our operators follow our orders out of a sense of duty, not trust. Real trust is built on understanding, the kind Blaze is working on with Greythroat. Oh, looks like we've got company, more reunion. Let's give Blaze a little more room to apologize. She still needs to stick her foot in her mouth a few more times.
Then let's buy them some time.
Yep. She's a good conversationalist, but not so great at expressing her feelings. What's really going on here is confronting her deep-seated prejudice, more than just an apology to Greythroat. Normal folks' prejudice against the infected aren't a one-way street. We have our own issues with the uninfected. The enemy with us is just as much an enemy as the enemy without.
We'll defeat them both.
We will. Listen up. Those reunion guys were scared out of their wits. Neither we nor the LGD can put the kind of fear into someone. They were ready to go against everything they stood for. They've met something else, but what was it but what is out there that could do that to them? And will we have to fight them too?
Alright, and moving on to the after story.
A trap. Was that attack back there just a feint? If she keeps cutting at my team, the whole unit will be worthless. I have to contact them right away. Why can't I move my fingers? Why am I shivering? I can't let her get me.
Low growling, alright.
Project Red, don't kill her. Is it her? Oh, is it her? Yes, definitely. It's her scent. Ick. Fake. She is no wolf. But the scent is real. The scent of a true wolf. The first true wolf. True wolf? You filthy cub! Don't move. How can I? My muscles won't even respond. Can you control me? She tried to use a wolf technique, a bite she learned from wolves. She wants to fight back. I can sever her spine and paralyze her. No need for that. Okay. Wait, you... I know you. I finally found you. Traitor. You traitor. I found the traitor. And you are... Ilya's daughter, Ludmila? Shut up. You have no right to speak my father's name. Ursus destroyed all the lab and all the scientists. Is that what you think? How dare you? It was you. You're the disgusting traitor who sold out my father with Sergei, who sold out all the scientists. Your hair is the same color as his. What are you talking about? Why would you... Don't move. You're wondering why I have no reaction to your accusations? Because you're scum. Scum. And what type of scum should I be? Should I be a coward, out for wealth and luxury, or should I be cruel and calculating, doing whatever it takes to achieve my goals? The me standing here before you, does it fit your image? I never thought you were a heartless, cold-blooded woman. Did Sergei give you a heartfelt confession before you killed him? What are you... Did you know he was Alex and Misha's father? Alex helped me find him. Reunion took in Alex, killed his father, and hunted down his sister. Huh. Project Red let her move. Okay. What do you want? To give you a chance to kill me. Chance? Do you know what you're saying? You're giving up on life. You want to repent like Sergei, who sat on top of Chernobog after selling off his colleagues. Oh, you'll regret it. You'll regret everything you ever did. No regrets, I always say. But actually, there is one massive regret I will share with you today. But I'm afraid it has nothing to do with your father. I'll kill you. I'm going to kill you. Swallow the darkness of the dead. Fog. It's art. No, not fog. This is smoke. The nervous system stimulates a smoke-emitting organ in the oral cavity. It is indeed an originium art that, well, relies on the infected organ. You stand there talking your mouth off. You're beyond saving. Are you so scared you can't even show it? Why did you betray my father? Why did you betray the scientists? Why? Tell me why. Director Kotset? Ludmilla, I only barely made it out alive myself. You expect me to believe your bullshit? Huh. Your father read you Turtle and Justice, didn't he? To give a 5-year-old a book like that, Ilya really had no sense. But he loved that book. One summer day he carried you and the book past the window and the bushes orange against the sun. He made you wave to me. You pouted and turned your head. Enough! That night he asked me, what if we just sealed up the sarcophagus and never told the Ursus about the mechanism inside? Would we be able to save more people? Would we be able to prevent the Ursus from using these machines in battle? Are you saying all of this to confuse me? Ilya was one of the scientists who came up with the plan to seal the sarcophagus, and his conviction influenced his entire life. You have his fighting spirit, but there was more to him than that. Ludmilla, you can call me a traitor, you want to kill me. You could do that, but when you choose violence, you are doomed to one day meet something stronger than you. Could you be more arrogant? No caster can penetrate my fog. You have no idea where I am. You're going to die screaming. I need you to die screaming. Project Red sticking out her tongue. For the scientists, for the infected, I have to kill you. You Ursus puppet, you piece of trash. Do I look like a caster to you? I am infected though, you got that right. Come, monster. What's that? How? Your spine? I guess you can see through the fog, huh? How? What are you? What is that? I'm not a caster. I've never relied on Originium arts. Go, monster. Happy hissing. What is it? What is that thing? Don't touch me. Let me go. Let go of me. Why can't I pierce its shell? Don't touch me. Get away. Annihilate. The falling object above her. This satisfies the hissing. You're too excited. The building is going to collapse. Don't let her get crushed. No. Monster low humming. Just kill me. What? You can obviously kill me easy. Don't tell me you're the type who plays with your prey. If I can't kill you, what do I have to live for? Just remember, even if I'm dead, I've still cursed you forever. Are you truly prepared to die? Do you want to die? If I am your traitor, will you feel better after killing me? No more talking. I'll kill you. I will. Ilya was my student and my friend. Your father was one of my finest researchers. His dedication and selflessness could have pushed Ursus at least 5 years into the future. I don't want to hear anymore. Why do you insist on telling me this stuff? You do want to hear it, because you've always doubted yourself. You never let Sergei explain himself, so I'll do it for him. I don't betray people, not even Sergei. He was indecisive, but not greedy. The Ursus authorities had his newborn son and daughter. He gave up your father's location to save their lives. And now Alex and Misha are dead. He wasn't able to save anyone in the end. If I had gone to save Misha, maybe she and Skullshatterer would still be alive. No way. Look how powerful you are. Why didn't you save my father? Monster, threatening growl. Because I couldn't. I couldn't have convinced your father to leave the Institute. Ludmilla, I sent you to Syracuse before I left Chernobog, and yet you went back. Oh, you're so like your father. Sometimes willpower trumps time itself. You will always return to Chernobog, just like you would meet me here. So this is all meaningless. Everything I did was for nothing. No, the researchers died to protect our secret. Ursus to this day has no way to analyze the contents of the sarcophagus. They've given up and sealed off the installation. Now there's just a little energy left to harness, powering the core of Chernobog. If I betrayed anyone, it's the Empire of Ursus. Your father's efforts meant something. Even if Ursus has long since covered it all up, you can remember. I will remember. But all that you did, what was that for? Ursus purged the entire institute and slaughtered every scrap of compassion in any of their scientists. Their real traitor was the Empire itself. Look at you, you've killed Sergei, you've killed a man who couldn't protect his own children. Now you're in Lungmen. If you and your infected friends really manage to take over the city, what will you do to the infected? Massacre them all? Enslave them all? Exile them to the wilderness and let them die off to exposure? Or cut them all with Originium, turn them into infected, spread your pain to them? Or will you peacefully coexist with them? Could you do that, Ludmilla? Could Reunion, as it is now, do that? Is that how you want to build your infected nation? Or is that how you want to fight Ursus? If the latter, why come to Lungmen? If you seek to terrify your enemies, what can you do to be more terrifying than Ursus? Kalt said she is confused, she is scared, she wants to run. Monster, return. Is that okay? She can hear me. Crown Slayer, your hate, as well as that of your movement, has been used and abused, toyed with. Think of your father. Remember what Ilya taught you. Think of whom do you want revenge. The one leading you down this path of terror and assassination. Your leader is not a sane person. Your leader has no heart. A leader true to her ideals would not let someone else die for them, much less let someone commit murder on their behalf. Run. Leave this place. Take a different path. Take a path that can truly change this world, if that's what you want. Her scent is gone. Did you always want to see her? Why not kill her? Should we kill a homeless hyena, even if the home isn't real? A hard question. I don't know. Project Red, do you think killing me would make her happy? No, she is in pain. We are not the law. We cannot judge people. We have the power to kill others, but no power to claim it is right to do so. If she took pleasure in the act of murder, I would have killed her on the spot, without question. I know, she is not happy. Her breathing is erratic. She has now become a virus, a unique strain spreading unease among the infected fanatics of Chernobog. How many years does a person live, and how many paths can they take? We spend more time blind than we do seeing the truth. But then seeing the truth and making a choice are two different things. When she awakens from this dream of collective revenge, she will leave Reunion, but even so, Sergei's blood and that of the people of Chernobog will always be on her hands. Project Red, when you make a choice, there is no going back. I understand. I will do my best. I will only kill wolves. Good girl. Do you remember that scent? I remember. What is it like? Not bad. It's a bloody smell, but not like you were just saying, with the heart and stuff. How silly. Tallulah is a Draco. How could she be a wolf? Time to go? Yes, let's go. The temperature's dropping. We're running out of time. Let's step up our efficiency.
Alright, and on to stage 12, titled Snow Upon the Tundra. Only one part again. All of the reunion teams I could reach have pulled out.
That's a lot of people.
It's incredible, like a river.
It'll be a river out there in the wilderness, a river of refugees. There's Ursus and Lungmanites out there, infected and ordinary folk alike. No matter what they came with, they're leaving empty-handed. They thought there was a place that would take them. Now they know there's never anywhere they could have gone. This river won't flow forever. He sounds so sad.
He picked it up from Big Daddy.
No wonder. Anyone would get sentimental at times like this.
If Big Daddy was here, he would have won the fight, and it wouldn't have come to this, huh?
It's the luck of the draw. No use thinking about how things could have been. Get ready. I'll go talking out with the Phantom Crossbowman.
Don't rush me. It's not like I don't know.
Hurry up already. Quit screwing around.
I'm pretty choked up too.
Are you sure?
It's Yeti Squad.
What about Amiya and her people?
They're already on their way. Amiya said to tell you to take it easy.
She knows better than that to tell me that. It's me, Blaze. When do I ever take it easy?
Blaze, where are you going?
To save lives. Crossbowman, wait up.
Yetis, what are you doing?
It's Sister Frost, Noah. She's growing weak. We can't keep this up for long. She exhausted her energy pushing back Lugman's forces. She may not wake up for a while.
You mean you want us to take her with us?
But we aren't going to...
we're going back to Chernobog. Faust didn't want Mephisto to go back.
We're begging you. We want Sister to be together with Patriot in the end. We know they're not exactly getting along now, but their blood is stronger than... their bond is stronger than blood. So please, we beg of you.
And, what will you do?
We'll cover you. If you don't hold them back, the Illuminates will catch you in no time. Once you're all far gone away from Lungmen, that you're no longer a threat to them, they'll give up the chase.
But that means you guys will...
Live by the sword, die by the sword. We're okay with dying in battle. The future that Sister Frostnova spoke of is still a ways away. But we don't need to see it for ourselves.
We owe you our lives.
That's nothing. You're saving our sister.
We will do what you ask of us, I swear it.
Take these arm guards and put on this protective suit.
What for?
Our sister is far too cold for you.
She's so light.
The arts have emptied her body. Easy now, easy. Don't wake her. Look at her. Look how softly she sleeps. Goodbye, sister. We'll be waiting for you.
Alright then. Let's move on. It's us that's moving on. We'll meet again, Yetis. Not too soon, I hope. Are we going to die? Worse in profanity. What are you crying for? Are you a Yeti or not? Are you not crying? What am I crying about? Did you forget what sister said?
She said not to cry.
Right. She said not to cry. More than a decade ago, she said not to cry. So I don't want to see any tears. We don't get to cry because we haven't won yet. Once we win, once we're free, we'll cry our eyes out in the wilderness, in the snow, in the stacks of wheat piled high. We'll be bawling.
Sister was crying as she said it, you know.
She was only 9 at the time. We were all a little older than her.
Without her, we would have died in that mine. Did you bring the sauce?
Bring the what? Wait, I thought we weren't allowed to bring it.
You're not allowed to drink on the march, but you had it with you, I know.
I want a drink too. You're not old enough yet, are you? But I've never tried it before. I don't want to die without ever testing it.
Give him a little.
Petroa. Fine, take a swig, but not too much. We'll all need a share. Na zdrowie, brothers. Warm up.
To sister and Big Daddy.
To Frostnova and Patriot.
Do you know these infected? I do, Officer Shen. But this final battle must be fought. Do we have a choice?
We may not.
Look behind you, they're not even trying to hide themselves anymore. The black raincoats.
So, we have to fight them. This is what we must do. If we don't, we'll fall short, and the business of pushing these special forces into the Yetis becomes pretty unconvincing. Unless you could convince them to surrender.
As long as there is infected behind them, they won't give up.
Amiya, I won't force you to fight.
I'm sorry, Officer Shen, but we will witness it. The LGD fought bravely. No one can deny that. You fought for Lungmen against the invaders. This is how we will help you against those special forces. As for our sake, we must record every battle for the infected. Every single one.
Amiya.
Officer Shen?
When this battle is over, let's grab a bite together.
But I'm uninfected.
I don't care. The loudmouth and the tall lady, they won't mind either. This battle, it's going to cost a lot.
For us, it's a battle. For Lungmen, it's a war. And that's what war is.
But whoever it was who planned all this, they are not here. Say, there's something I have to tell you. But not right now.
Yeah, not right now, Officer Shen. Doctor?
Don't want to watch? But just like in the ruins of Chernobog.
You're right. I decided. I need to see it with my own eyes.
Together.
Together. So, We don't call her big sister because she's older than us. Why am I just learning this now? Well, it works for you. We were 3 years old back then. Hey, what's with the attitude? Did you get drunk off 2 sips? When you cried out for food, did I feed you or not? That was then, this is now. You know, it's funny. I'm suddenly thinking about those Rhode Islanders.
Why?
That one cat with that hot body, the one who said she wanted to drink with us. It's too bad. She looked like she'd be able to hold her liquor. She looked like a real good time.
But that little rabbit, she can't be old enough yet. What is she, 16, 17?
More like 14. She just seemed older because she talks fancy.
His older sister was, back then. Let's toast them one more time. So it is said, so shall it be done.
So shall it be done.
So shall it be done.
Longmenites should be more coordinated.
Get out of here, the Yetis can only hold them for a while.
You don't think what they're doing is incredible?
If we die, then they did it for nothing. The Phantom Crossbowmen say we can't go back to Chernobog, so we're going to a new place. You don't care where our new base is?
Wherever it is, I'm going with you.
Huh, you Lungmenites are no different from us. I was hoping they'd treat you better here. Turns out it's the same as it was in Ursus.
In fact, it suffered the same everywhere.
That's not what you said when you first got here.
People change. Yetis? Are those the Yetis? It's the Yetis, right? Definitely. Yetis! Yeti! Where are you? Yetis! Yetis like... whatever. Damn it, don't die. I won't let you die. Just hold on, I can save you. I'll get you to safety. Why do you infected want to die here?
The special forces stop attacking. No, looks like they're pulling back. Seems they are giving up the initiative. Are we showing the power of the Lungmen's law enforcement? Lungmen profanity. They underestimated us. Never mind. Listen up, this is the last wave. Don't disappoint the people or Shen, sir. We'll show Reunion how powerful Lungmen is. The infected won't dare attack our city again.
Huh. Phantom Crossbowmen, don't let us down. You have to get our sister back to the old man. She's running out of time. She should spend it with him.
We won't have much time left ourselves, eh?
Ready?
Ready. Let's give
back our lives. Let's show them what the squad trained by a Boulder Cassie, Ursus's greatest soldier and led by the coldest nightmare can do. The last of Sisters Originium arts. Frost Originium, ready to lose. Nasty, we're coming. Yetis?
And now for the final scene of today's episode 6-13, scene only, titled No Light Without Fire. Says she has never forgotten about that certain place. Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Come, Adam, bring warm water. Dad. Huh? She's alive. Great, she's alive. Thank the ancestors. Adam, move it. Dad? Dad? Dad?
Yes, I'm Dad. Yes, I'm Dad, certainly. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. Hold Daddy's hand and don't let go.
Dad, I'm so cold.
Don't sleep, my daughter. Stay with us.
Her body temperature keeps dropping. Mishka, do something. No way to tilt the flow? It's cold. Daddy, I'm cold.
Daughter. My daughter. Hold on.
Daddy, don't ever leave me again.
10:48 a.m. Ruins of Chernobog, District 14. Upper superstructure levels. I hate to be a bother.
I'm awake. You didn't kill me while I was unconscious. Is that confidence or something else?
Well, this sort of thing has happened before. I didn't have a choice.
In any case, you didn't.
Probably because you've been talking in your sleep.
I'll take that as a sign that you've shown mercy. Now, if I don't kill you, I'd call that returning the favor. Have you explored our surroundings? Couldn't find a way out, could you? Looks like we won't be able to leave this place for a while. My father, as I call him, is named Boulder Castia and was once an officer in the Ursus military. But my real father died a long time ago. As a child, I vaguely remember a man taking a crossbow bolt to protect a woman, and a woman took me in her arms and stopped the second volley of bolts with her spine.
You witnessed it with your own eyes.
I could have even comprehended what was happening at the time, and this memory just happened not to never fade. As for what really happened, it was my grandmother who told me all about it later. When I pressed my grandmother for the meaning of that vision, and she had no more excuses, she told me, "They were your real parents, and they died you." The funny thing is, I don't know them at all. I don't have any memories of them in my mind other than that vision. My own parents were just forgotten. It's hard for me to even say I have any feelings for them.
So your grandmother raised you?
Half and half. The other half was the blood of the Ursus infected.
What?
I was born in a mine in the northwest tundra. The mine was small and remote, not part of any city, and there was no time to. And there are no settlements around. There was nothing to see but snow all year round. This mine was hell, built only to spread death and slavery. There are countless such mines in the snowy plains. My birth parents were miners in that hellish pit. My grandmother stayed with me through my early years of learning to speak, but she never told me what crimes my parents committed to be sentenced to mine labor. Later, when I was a little older, I asked around in the mines and learned that both of my parents had opposed the Emperor's wartime plans. Their arrest was also an accident. The bottom two lines of the arrest warrant were blank, so the sergeant in charge of the search haphazardly copied the name on the door plate. Without trial, my parents lost their names and moved from their warm little town to the cold Northlands to serve a centuries-long sentence. Of course, no one would even live to see that, let alone ever leave alive. My grandmother was sentenced to the mines together as a harborer of criminals and moved with them. In fact, all the miners there had very similar experiences. Naturally, both of my parents contracted ripophy down there. All the miners did. Now, even if you escaped this mine, no one would believe a word you said. You're just an infected person. the most horrid, vicious, and extreme of the Oripathy patients. However, the overseer of the mine, a certain Ursus military garrison, believed that the natural death rate of the infected was still too slow. They drew straws to decide the fates of the Oripathy sufferers, killing them for fun and sport. Maybe it was the miners that drove them crazy, rather than the snow. And maybe the infected didn't count as human in their eyes. When I was 5, my parents drew the black lot. When I was 10, my grandmother drew the black lot. When I was 11, I drew the black lot myself. But it didn't matter. They didn't care about the lottery anymore. They just wanted to abandon the whole mine. By the time all the adult infected in the mines had died out, and the Emperor's new policies had left the mines starved of people. Under orders, the Ursus overseers prepared to go ahead and execute the last of the infected, a few sick children. Afterwards, they would collapse the mines to serve as mass graves for the infected, to cover up their sins. I learned later in the travels that they do this all the time. I was sad, I was in pain. I had broken a lot of ore. I lived with other kids in the mines. We loved each other, and we were all going to die for nothing. Strong feelings hatched in my chest. The deaths of both my parents and my grandmother played vividly in my mind. When the execution started, my arts erupted from within me, killing the 4 soldiers carrying out the execution. Of course, I didn't have the power to turn things around. The children were mere cattle to the overseers, who as soldiers carried sharp blades and wore solid armor, and we were like bugs who just managed to sting them. The cries of my siblings reached my ears just as they knocked me to the ground, and the final wave of slaughter was about to begin. A guerrilla band arrived. That was Boulder Casty's team. All the Ursus soldiers guarding the infected on the northern tundra have dreams, and this squad is their worst nightmare.
You seem proud of them.
If I could be, I would be. They killed every last executioner right before us, and the infected children in the mine escaped. It's just the blood of my less fortunate companions and that of the dead soldiers flowed together and crystallized into ice on the inhumanly white ground. And I realized something in that moment. These Ursus soldiers were just following orders at first. They shed the same blood as us. Words and stories and fabricated animosity planted the root of cruelty and indifference in their bodies. It was Ursus that turned them into this. Please, do me a favor. In the left pocket of my jacket, there are some candies. Take one. You can also take one for yourself if you want to try it.
Alright, take 2 candies.
Oh, looks like you've got a taste for snacks after all. Just a warning, the sugar may be completely different from anything you've ever had before. But life is short, you should try something new, right?
Then what?
Please put the candy in my mouth. Careful not to touch my skin.
Like this?
From my fingertips to my neck I'm paralyzed. I can only move from the neck up. But I can still freeze you instantly with even the slightest movement of my tongue. So don't worry, if you offend me, you'll be dead soon enough.
Alright, giving Frostnova the candy.
Thank you.
And wow, so many options. I guess I'll eat the candy. It tastes very spicy.
That look on your face. Sorry, couldn't resist teasing you a bit. I've made that joke so many times that no one falls for it anymore. And now at last I saw a chance. Sorry, I just couldn't help myself.
Why do you eat this stuff?
Because I'm cold. I told you to be careful because even if you touch just the tiniest bit of my skin, you'll get severe frostbite. If you had touched me before, I would have been able to tell by your reaction. You didn't. You didn't try to kill me.
This phenomenon is beyond the accounts of extant academic sources.
My cold goes even beyond winter itself. The heat from the outside world cannot penetrate the bitter cold that surrounds my body. I love hot drinks because I can feel the warmth of the drink as the hot stream slides down my esophagus into my stomach. Sadly, my insides get burned by hot drinks. The only pleasure I have left in this mix of alcohol and stimulating spices, with a little candy, if you can call it that. This warm feeling, even if it's only a brief illusion, brings me a bit of comfort. Sorry for teasing you earlier.
So, you just said it was cold because...
Oripathy created this horrible body of mine. At the moment, however, Boulder Casti held my ice-cold body that had never known warmth close to his chest. He didn't care at all that I'd frozen his unarmored arms to the point of partial necrosis. I'm not sure if it was the emotions he was feeling at the time that infected me or not, but I stayed awake and survived in the end.
So, Bulderkasti became your father?
He's my whole family. As a young child, he was all I had. Like I said, I don't remember much about my birth father. Subconsciously, I did indeed thought of the huge beast as my real family. Hard to say. It's just that despite his appearance, he's sentimental and stubborn in places. And isn't it funny that such a man used to be a killing machine for Ursus? It's not funny, is it? I can't laugh either. He was once a war hero of Ursus, who retired to a certain city-state in his old age.
As a soldier of Ursus, but fighting for the infected.
If you don't take Ursus at their word, you'll see that he is in good company, although there is only one that the infected call Patriot. His wife died young, and he is survived by his son. By the way, he's a Sarkas, from the most vicious Sarkas clan at that. Still, his son became a scholar, a Wendigo scholar, perhaps the first in the history of Ursus. Boulder Casti contracted oripathy during his last battle. His men helped him hide his illness, and he had even hidden everything from his own son. He didn't want to drag his son down with him, only to die in some dark corner of the world with the disease. However, during the Great Rebellion, his son was campaigning for the rights of the infected. Long out of touch with his father, the son still sees him as an Ursus puppet. And he was. They commanded him to keep order in his own ranks at all costs. He allowed the soldiers to use their weapons. Conflict erupted, and corpses piled in the snow drifts. That's who he was. Then he saw his son on the street, his body by then completely cold. I wonder if he thought of his son when he hugged me. His son fought for the infected in his own way, and Boulder Casti believed he had killed his own son. His team left with him. Since then, the Northwest Tundra has had a guerrilla force that strikes fear into the hearts of Ursus who dare to abuse the infected. The old beast never said a word of any of this to me. He probably does think of me as his daughter, but I also want him to tell me this stuff in his own words, not me. I learned it all from his men, but Boulder Casty himself won't speak to anyone. That monster of a stubborn old man with a fragile and porous heart. His team had passed through 4 mines before saving us children. The kids in those 4 camps weren't as lucky as us. They found their bodies buried in the collapsed mines, and a company of soldiers that carried out the executions were nowhere to be found. What did he find in me? Affection? Redemption? Or a little psychological comfort? I'm not sure.
Is coughing and internal bleeding also a symptom of your infection?
Probably. Maybe. Probably just a result of me overusing my arts. It got pretty intense today. This sort of thing has only happened once before. Unconsciousness, general paralysis, and the inability to move around even when conscious have all happened. I know my body well.
You can't use your arts again.
Oh, are you going to fight for me now? Rhode Islander, what do I call you?
You can call me what the Rhode Island operators do.
Doctor? Doctor. I admit that that you Rhode Islanders can fight, but I still don't trust you. Not to mention the fact that you're supposed to be a pharmaceutical company.
Rhode Island does a lot of things.
What happens inside of combat is none of my business. I watched you fight in Chernobog. You have a strong stance, something I confirmed with my own eyes, but I couldn't judge your character. I heard that Alex died at your hands. It makes me doubt your path. No, I can't let you leave Chernobog and cause more harm to Reunion's infected. But you're willing to listen to so much of my crap. I'm going to assume you're not exactly as the other infected describe.
They're just scared.
Who wouldn't be afraid of the one who brings death? Doctor, are you scared right now?
Well, I'm not sure.
Do you really feel fear? I doubt it. If you look so peaceful in the face of death, then I think maybe you really have no attachments at all. A question I think about all the time. Am I afraid of death? I've heard that the Ursus garrison calls me the Yeti Princess, the Wintry Death. The truth is, we were just a few ragtag squads wandering the tundra, barely scrapping by. My arts were powerful. I proved as much to my enemies and teammates alike. Of course, my body, as you can see, is only that of an neuropathy sufferer. I felt special not because of my illness, but because of the feelings my frost instilled in me. I saw my ability as a blessing, but Boulder Casty, that grumpy old fart, treated it like a curse. I couldn't feel the cold as we waded through the deep mud in the swamp. Icy water soaking my legs. The old man wouldn't let go into battle, even as his soldiers took heavy casualties. He lit his oil lamp and sat quietly at a table by himself. I think he was crying, but I couldn't be sure, and I didn't know if I could comfort him. In my 5th year, I summoned a cold stream for the first time in the face of the enemy. One soldier was frozen into a block of ice. Another accidentally fell on the block and they both shattered into pieces. I joined the fight. The soldiers looked at me in awe. My brothers and sisters were proud of me. Another infected said, "That's our big sister. She saved all our lives." Did my arts actually save anyone? The children from the mine carried the originium crystals I had made, and we became the Yeti Squad. Those crystals radiate my cold, and we bring frost and vengeance to the enemies of the infected. But that's really just cold. The cold of winter that won't birth new life. Even so, I feel very lucky, for my brothers and sisters could survive. We could live in this world.
Have you ever wanted to coexist with ordinary people?
Ordinary people. What do you mean by ordinary people? The unarmed but cold-eyed citizens of Chernobog who watch the infected being put to death, or the Ursus conscripts in the mines who take pleasure in shooting us. Every time I think of the faces of those overseers, I grit my teeth and fantasize about slitting their throats and drinking their blood. But I don't hate the Ursus. As our guerrillas trudged through the snow, retreated from the valley, and were even chased by the Ursus army, it was the Ursus who would put a few cups of bread brew in their window. The Ursus have never been cold-blooded creatures. The only enemy I have is the Empire of Ursus that has tormented the infected so. I don't think of ordinary people as the enemy. Ursus who are thought to hate the infected are just ordinary people until they are blinded by that hate. It's only because enemies kill each other that we fought as we have. That's all. I'm an infected person, yes, but before that, I was a normal person.
What about Reunion is doing? What about what Reunion is doing now?
My main conflict with Bulwer Casti is in his work to protect the infected community. Reunion first name. That infected can rely on. No matter where Reunion goes, no matter what it does, we cannot abandon it. To lose Reunion is to lose infected conviction. Fight for conviction. That's what the old man says. That's what the old man believes.
Why do you keep pausing like that?
Because that's how he talks now. I was just preserving his cadence. Doctor, do you know why Rhode Island is a nameless pharmaceutical company? Because you can't take a stand on the world stage. As soon as you take that step, you will become what Reunion is now. You will go down this road.
Maybe.
After a dozen years of rolling around on the tundra, an infected woman reached out to us. She said, "Come with me and let us break all chains." Imagine it. We met in the ruins of an old city that had become a battlefield. She was alone, carrying nothing but her roster and a book of ledgers. Even the things she said I found impractical to the point of ridiculousness. But she said to us, "Come with me." She fought with us, and with her strength and ideals, she became our friend. Together we left the snowy plains and headed for the cities of Ursus. Whether was the words she spat out after pausing to think, or the swing of her greatsword as she slashed alongside me, her power was real and plenty impressive. When the wounded needed treatment, she was there. When discussing strategy and philosophy with the infected, she was there. And when fighting against the Ursus death squads, she was also there. We even get to dine with some regular people. She didn't care. There was nothing in her eyes but the purest authenticity. Our team grew, and so did our friendship. The people brought in were good at fighting. They were good people. At the time, I considered her my friend. She quietly helped me make these candies, even though she was terrible at it and they tasted worse. She made a funny face as she ate them, and then she'd force a smile at me. It was really something. She worked so hard to put on a brave face. It made me laugh. Everything's different now. Chernobog was destroyed by a catastrophe, as you can well see. All the normal people here died or became newly infected. Their eyes were dead, no desire to live anymore whatsoever. If this is what she wanted, then we never should have followed her. And in case you didn't know, here's a secret. She's planning to take over Lungmen. She says it won't be like Chernobog, and that the infected will get their own city instead of a giant ruin like this place. Would you trust someone like that? If she's acting, then she's the greatest actress the world has ever seen. But there's a thought stuck in my head. What are my chances of winning if I went up against her? Once we part ways, once I find out she's been lying to the infected, or that she's been plotting against them, I will fight her. She must know the price of betrayal. My countless deadly battles with Ursus have cleansed my mind and honed my skills. I say with the utmost conviction, even if I cannot defeat her, I can let death take her from the world along with me. The stubborn old man wouldn't agree with me. He's fought too long, and his old age is driving him down a path that leads only to sacrifice. You don't agree with your father's ways. He is strong against his enemies and he is loyal to his friends. But when he needs to stand up for them, he will face the reality that his friends make him weak. The only man who has believed in people all his lives, the old curmudgeon never thinks about what to do after being betrayed. Maybe he's already taken that bitter pill. He bore the pain of betrayal over and over against his whole life, and he said something. Whether it's an infected who heard about reunion and decided to join up, or an infected who feels they can get away with anything. Reunion is factionalizing and our leaders are doing nothing to stop it. I will definitely go back to Chernobog after the Lungmen business is over. This time I must face her. Because I am not long for this world. I promised my brothers I'd find a home for everyone. Before I fall, I have to make good on my promise.
Why are you telling me all this?
Because the look in your eyes tells me that you're not just another executioner.
I'm not sure if I am.
It's best to doubt yourself. It's the only way you won't go through life fanatically convinced of something. Do you hear voices outside? It sounds like they're digging above us. And my body is... well, I can move my fingers already. Thank you.
For what?
Thanks for helping me pass the time. Doctor, I'd like to make a bet with you. If your people dig us out first, I will kill all of you in the blink of an eye. If my brother and sisters break through first, your life ends here. Wanna bet?
All right, and there we go. This will do it for part 2 of episode 6's narration. Oh boy, it's building up. Oh, let's stretch. Oh, it's building up. Technically only 2 stages left before the boss stage and the final cutscene, and a special scene in between there. But that will be for next episode, which should be next week, probably around the same time. Not sure yet. I'll see when I have time, because these are very long episodes. I really need to prepare for those specifically. But yeah, anyhow, thank you all for listening. This has been Jacob. I hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.